from the campus of the University of Alabama. Live sports from Alabama's sports team. This is WVUA Sports.
Welcome into Sports Sunday. You know, it wasn't the welcome that, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. He may not have been drafted by an NBA team, but Levi Randolph, the captain, will get a chance to fulfill his NBA dream. Levi will join the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their summer league team. Play begins next Saturday. Welcome in, everybody, to Sports Sunday. I'm BJ Millican. Jen Chapman has the night off. Levi Randolph never got the opportunity to play for Avery Johnson, but anyone who does play for him this year can say that they are going to be playing for a Hall of Famer. Last night, the Crimson Tide's head coach was inducted into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Johnson, a New Orleans native, played high school ball at St. Augustine High, winning a state title. Later played collegiately at Southern University. He's proud of his big honor.
Who would have ever known, you know, somebody that was basically deep on the bench on his high school team back in 1983 would ever be in the Hall of Fame. But that's what dreams are made of. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm going in with this 2015 Hall of Fame group. I'm honored to have my family and friends here to celebrate.
There you go. The other sport at the University of Alabama is just 10 short weeks from kicking off. That's right, football. Nick Saban was in Louisville on Friday night being honored with the Blanton Collier Award. Saban is currently in vacation mode until the season gets underway officially or unofficially with SEC Media Days in a couple of weeks, but it's never too early to ask about the Crimson Tide. And even though we aren't even to fall camp yet, the coach says he can already see something in this team.
Your team is sort of a work in progress, and I think when you start off-season program, spring practice, you kind of see, you know, the kind of character that the team's going to have from a competitive standpoint, the kind of leadership you're going to have on your team. You know, every team has some physical issues and problems, maybe a weakness here or whatever. How are you going to overcome that? So, but those things start to take shape, you know, even before fall camp starts. But I think, you know, some teams stall out. You know, you got to keep building on that because the things that the team is doing right now is what's preparing them for a very tough season. So, and they have to understand that, and you got to pay the price for success up front. And I really kind of like the group that we have.
Now, Coach is smiling ear to ear if he's been shown this video today. This is Alabama kicking commitment Eddie Pinheiro from Florida. He kicks a 73-yard field goal, 73 yards off a tee, tweeted it out tonight, and has since gone viral. Pinheiro, a former soccer player who was discovered at a kicking camp earlier this month. He committed to Nick Saban and the Tide a couple of weeks ago. Another product of Nick Saban's NFL factory in Tuscaloosa is Dre Kirkpatrick. He's heading into his fourth year in Cincinnati. Last year was his most productive since entering the league in 2012. He sat down with Rich Eisen and discussed how playing for Nick Saban prepared him both on and off the field.
Coach Saban put a program together, you know, pretty much for after college.
Saban did this?
Coach Saban did. And so we did like maybe 3 or 4 days of training, like how people was going to come at you, how you need to react to certain situations.
This is before the rookie symposium.
This was before I even got drafted. This was when I was transitioned from leaving college going into the NFL. So he made sure he protected his guys, and that's why I tipped my hat off to him.
Now, Dre, earlier tonight could have been seen at the BET Awards. He was out there wearing some nice sky blue shoes. Now, the NBA season ended a couple of weeks ago with the Golden State Warriors winning the title. LeBron James, though, can't stay out of those headlines. Reports out today that LeBron will opt out of his contract with the Cavs and become a free agent. Not unexpected, though, but he's not expected to meet with other teams. The decision to opt out entirely financial as he's looking to cash in on the max money contract in 2016. So Cleveland fans, they can breathe. It's road course Saturday at Sonoma today. Jeff Gordon at his home track with a big reception from his fans. A lot of love for number 24 and a lot of wrecks today, too. Here goes David Reagan and Carl Edwards getting friendly right into the wall, but the best action of the day came late in the race. 5 laps to go. Kyle Busch overtakes Jimmy Johnson. He would not look back. Johnson finished 4th as the Busch brothers finished 1 and 2. Clint Boyer finishes 3rd. Rowdy talks about how special it was to finish 1 and 2 with his bro.
really cool to come home 1-2 today, especially on a road course. You know, I mean, we grew up racing on ovals, but you know, to do that here on a road course, I think that's just a true testament to our father and what everything he's done for us over the years to get us to the point in which we're at, and to have both Bush brothers be as good as we are, and to be winning drivers on the Sprint Cup Tour each year is certainly a true testament to our family.
It's Bush's first win of the year, his second career win at Sonoma. There you see the rest of the top five. California native Kevin Harvick finishes fourth, while Jeff Gordon finishes 16th at his home track. Final round up in Connecticut at the Travelers, and it was Bubba Watson's tournament to lose, and believe me, he tried. He bogeys 17 to leave the door wide open for Paul Casey. Casey birdies 3 out of the last 4 holes to pull even and force a sudden death playoff, but Casey gets a little wild. In the second playoff hole, hits this one, whoops, into the gallery. Not very good. Bubba would capitalize right here. How about them dogs? Watson is your winner. It's his second tour win of the year. Braves taking on the Pirates in Pittsburgh. Top of the 7th, Braves up 1-0. Jace Peterson says, I think we need some insurance. Boom, there it is. Sends one deep to right center. Braves now up 2-0. Bottom 9 now, Jason Grilli on for the save, and Jody Mercer sends this one deep towards the bullpen and center. That's not what you want. Bam! They run into each other. Maiden and Perez collide. Ball drops in. The Bucks get in a run. It's 2-1 now. Winning run at the dish. Grilli gets the strikeout. The Bravos hold on to beat the Bucks 2-1, the final, snapping a 5-game losing streak. More baseball coming your way next on Sports Sunday. A native son of Tuscaloosa is doing some big things in minor league baseball. And Tim Anderson, not as far away as you might think. Jen Chapman goes one-on-one with the former Hillcrest High star. It's coming up after the break. We're back on Sports Sunday. The Birmingham Barons at home today against Jackson at Regions Field. Frankie Montas was out doing his best to keep the crowd cool. Fanned 6 generals in as many innings today. Bottom of the 2nd, and Nick Delmonico sends a wall shot right here. That's a double to score Brian Fletcher. Barons strike first. The Barons would win the game on a walk-off walk, the most exciting walk-off you can ever have in 10 innings, 4-3, a walk wins the game. That's exciting stuff. Hillcrest High School standout Tim Anderson went 1 for 5 today with an RBI for Birmingham. Now, Tim is a former first-round pick who was a star in a couple of different sports for the Falcons, and he's the subject of tonight's one-on-one with Jen.
When I was growing up, I threw a rock through my grandma's screen door, and I cracked it, and my mom signed me up, and I've been playing ever since.
If you had asked Tim Anderson a couple years ago where he would be today, playing for the Birmingham Barons as the #1 prospect for the White Sox would not have been his answer. In fact, Tim battled multiple injuries in high school and was barely a starter for both basketball and baseball.
I was starting point guard my senior year. I injured myself my freshman and sophomore year. I broke my legs, and that kind of kept me out from baseball. And I went back in my junior year playing basketball, and I didn't play much. And then I went out for baseball, and I didn't play much there. And then going to my senior year, I actually earned a starting spot in both sports, so it went from there.
The Chicago White Sox select Tim Anderson.
So a first-round MLB draft pick was never what Anderson had in mind when he went to play junior college baseball at East Central Community College.
It kind of touched my radar a little bit, not much, but I didn't think about it until after my first game of my sophomore year. I had a really good day. I went 7 for 8. I think I had like 3 home runs. So
Anderson was an All-American at East Central after batting an unbelievable .495, the highest average among NJCAA Division II players. Anderson currently leads the Southern League in hits at 87.
I've been working a lot on my defense and just becoming an overall player, so you're going to see a lot of my game as in defense and offense.
There's something else Birmingham Barons fans may expect to see from Anderson. He and his teammate Jacob May have a competition for most stolen bases. Right now, they are tied for a league-leading 25 stolen bases. They call it Bag Bros.
Me and Jacob, going into the season, we're going to see how many bags we can steal, and we kind of came up with this, and it's just steal many bags.
A guy of very few words, the righty says he's only all business on the field.
When I'm in the locker room, I talk a lot, I dance, I joke, pick on people, But outside of that, that's all.
Will we get to see any of that dancing out there?
Nah, only in the locker room. Only in the locker room.
Anderson has already achieved his first goal of becoming a Southern League All-Star. His other goal? He has one more year to make good on. Make it to the big leagues by the age of 23. For now, he's enjoying playing just 45 miles away from where it all started.
It's a good experience. I'm glad to be home, close to home, so my family can see me. I actually signed with UAB coming out of junior college, so I was going to play here anyway, so it's kind of good for that to happen. So it's a grind. You play every day. If you don't show up, you're going to get embarrassed. And it's just great to be around different guys from different areas and learn a lot.
Jen Chapman for WVUA 23 Sports.
We certainly, there I am. Tim having a great year for the White Sox. Or for the Barons, I should say. We hope to see him in a White Sox uniform pretty soon. Lots more coming up on Sports Saturday, including a really bad day. You think you had a bad day? Wait until we come back and show you a former Brave. We'll show you that, plus our favorite things. A former Auburn player gets a big-time tribute. We'll be right back. We are back on Sports Sunday. If you thought you had a bad day, may I present to you Jeff Francoeur of the Phillies. This may be the definition of that popular phrase, I can't even, because Jeff can't even handle this ball in the corner. Take solace. Even let's watch him again. Just struggle here. Struggle bus engage. Even the major leaguers make us look good sometimes. The Phils, though, did win that game, so that's a positive for Jeff. Now, speaking of positives, we like to leave you each week with a positive story. We call it Our Favorite Things. This week, it's Lassiter High in Marietta, Georgia, renaming their field for ex-Auburn star Philip Lutzenkirchen. Philip was killed in a car accident 1 year ago tomorrow in Georgia. Lutzy 43 Field will officially open this fall. The funding for the new turf was raised by Lutzy 43 Foundation, which aims to mentor young athletes. Lutz was an All-SEC tight end from the Tigers from 2009 to 2012. So great stuff right there from his former high school. His dad still goes around to different high schools in the area, mentoring kids, high school athletes mostly, about doing the right things on and off the field. And Lutz was definitely a big-time example for sure. So lots more coming up this week. Big-time news tomorrow. We go to maybe a new look. Lots of good stuff coming on WVUA for sure. Until then, thank you for watching. Have a great week and a good night.